That down, guys. Let's move on and talk about this, shall we? Despite what you may or may not think about the Venom franchise, it was an unmitigated hit. It made them lots of money. And I personally love the first one. I love the first one. I quite liked the second one. Third one, jury's out a bit, but it made tons of money when you add up the whole thing. Now, a lot of people were expecting at some point that we would see Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Tom Hardy's Venom cross paths, especially since Sony and Marvel decided to have Tom Hardy in that one little post-credit scene at the bar and whatnot is going to cross over. And, everybody thought they were sending it up, but it never happened. Now, Tom Hardy recently wrapped up the Venom franchise and said that his time as Venom was done. But a lot of people still believed we were, no. They set it up at some point. We're going to get Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Tom Hardy's Venom. Well, Tom Hardy now seems to be putting an exclamation point on it saying, oh, it might happen someday, but it won't be with me. This comes from CBR, who wrote, the actor went on, we almost got together because I remember being in the Spider-Man movie and it was connected and it just didn't happen. The trilogy is now over and it didn't happen. So it didn't get killed by anything. It just didn't happen. I've been misquoted there. People get excited about anything Venom or anything to do with superheroes and stuff, and it's sort of taken on another life. I just want to be clear that I didn't say that. Now, then he goes more specific. As for whether the crossover would still happen, Hardy insisted, there are always talks, but that doesn't mean that things manifested. There's a future where these things will continue to be talked about until something is realized, and I'm sure it will be at some point, but it just didn't happen with me. So Tom Hardy, it sounds like he's doubling down on this and basically saying, hey, listen, I'm sure at some point we are going to see Venom and Spider-Man together again, notwithstanding Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. I'm sure we are going to see Venom and Spider-Man on screen again. I'm sure we're going to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man with a Venom at some point. Just not going to be with me. Now, Tom Hardy had done 3 films. He made his money on them. He was very influential in those films, but he also seems to be one of these actors that has a lot of different projects that he has available to him and that he'd like to do. Chris, I know you don't love or believe anybody.
I don't.
But I got to tell you what, there are some actors I'm suspicious of. Like Quentin Tarantino says, I'm going to quit after 10. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
But Tom Hardy, the way he's even wording it, there doesn't seem to be a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah.
Like his people say, no, I'm sure Venom and Spider-Man are going to be there. So Tom Hardy replies, I'm sure they will. It just ain't going to be me. I don't know. Do you believe him at this point?
I do a little bit more now because what I've been holding on to is I don't think he's going to be Eddie Brock. But I think he could still turn up for the voice of Venom because I think he has a blast doing that. But this language makes me think that he might be completely down and out for this character now and moving on to different things. Which, I mean, we just finished talking about Cate Blanchett. Here is another incredibly dynamic actor who you can stick into any genre, who does wonderful work. And I'm sure he wants to try other things out. But that's why I thought maybe he'd stick at least to the voiceover.
Now that she's retiring, there's going to be some roles opening up.
Oh my gosh.
With roles that she might have
We
otherwise
return to
taken.
Thor with... He's going to be hella. It's going to be amazing.
Is that how it works?
I would love that. But I think maybe he is kind of done and moving on to something else, especially because this is something that is constantly in flux and they're constantly trying to figure out how they're going to have these two characters come together with all the different licensing issues. And, we've seen how some actors wait around for their roles played. But maybe it's time for him to just go do something else for now and he'll let somebody else take the mantle.
Rob, what do you think of Hardy's comments here? Do you believe him?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he won't turn up in Secret Wars as Venom.
Oh.
Does this not mean he won't show up in Secret Wars as Venom?
I mean, here's the thing. No, I don't believe anybody when it comes to these big Marvel movies. They lie. But no, I think that Tom Hardy is a pretty serious actor.
Yeah.
And whenever I've seen him, I mean, he's done incredible. Now he's on what is it? I haven't watched the show yet. Crime.
Oh,
Land.
the one with Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, and Helen Mirren.
Mob
Land or Mob Universe.
Mob
World.
something. Yeah.
Mob University.
Mob
University.
But no, I mean, it's like he's such a great. I just watched Bike Riders. I didn't see Bike Riders.
I like
Bike
Bike Riders.
I liked it a lot. I got the disc and watch it. he's just an incredible actor. And I think, like, making these movies, making big, giant IP superhero films is not, I think, the most challenging thing for an actor to do. A lot of waiting around, a lot of visual effects. And I think, to be honest, Tom Hardy now has a trilogy under his belt. Once you got a trilogy, you don't want to overstay your welcome. Then you end up with Thor: Love and Thunder, which is too bad. But the thing that I believe him. I believe him because I think he wants to do like what Cate Blanchett wants to do, other things, more things.
Yeah, and he's a guy that, like Cate Blanchett, he is the heaviest of serious dramatic actors, but he can do a Venom film. He can also do like comedy. Do you remember? It wasn't all that good, but he was really good in it. Do you remember this little comedy that he did with Chris Pine and Reese Witherspoon called Spy versus Spy or Spy and Spy or something like that? Overall, not a great movie, but he's got really great comedic chops, and he showed that as well in the Venom films.
This Means War.
Yeah. This.
Oh, is that what it was called? This
Yeah.
Means War. Yeah, I think Spy versus Spy was like the tagline on it or something
little,
like that.
Aren't they like a cartoon, Spy versus Spy?
They were in Mad Magazine. Yeah, Spy versus Spy. They were a little thing in Mad Magazine.
But even like when he was in Inception, and there's that one moment where he says, "You have to dream bigger, darling."
Oh, yeah.
He's got a great comedic sense. I'd love to see him play some I know they're remaking, Michael B. Jordan's remaking the Thomas Crown Affair, but like some global Pierce Brosnan, like in the second Thomas Crown Affair, like some debonair guy that's traveling around the world, screwing people over, but delighting in all of it, drinking fine wine, meeting fine women, driving fine cars. I mean, maybe I'm just wishing he was James Bond, but you never know.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? A lot of people still continue to believe that Tom Hardy will return as Venom and we'll eventually see him with Tom Holland Spider-Man, but he, at every opportunity, he's just keeps shooting it down. He says, look, I'm sure it will happen. It just ain't going to be with me. Do you believe him? It is true. Every once in a while, you get an Andrew Garfield that will lie, liars lie. But 98% of the time when an actor says they're not doing something, they don't do it. So I don't know. Do you buy it? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.